Is Donald Trump about to completely rewrite the political map of three major red states? With a single round of social media posts, the former president has just thrown a political hand grenade into the most fiercely contested Republican primaries in the country. This isn't just about endorsements, it is a high-stakes test of his absolute control over the GOP base. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow. Now, let's dive into the details of what just went down, because this move has completely blindsided political strategists across the country. In a trio of explosive social media posts, Trump officially intervened in the Republican gubernatorial primaries for South Carolina, Iowa, and Oklahoma. These three states are facing their first highly competitive Republican gubernatorial primaries in years, and the timing could not be more critical. The primary in Iowa is happening this Tuesday, South Carolina's is scheduled for June 9th, and Oklahoma's is set for June 16th. In these deep red territories, the Republican primary is essentially the real election, meaning whoever wins these contests is almost guaranteed to become the next governor. Let's start with South Carolina, where the battle for Trump's favor has been nothing short of a political bloodbath. Trump officially gave his backing to South Carolina Lieutenant Governor Pamela Yvette. For 2 terms, Yvette has served alongside Governor Henry McMaster, who was one of Trump's earliest and most loyal supporters back during his historic 2016 run. Earlier this year, McMaster publicly endorsed his number 2, hinting to many insiders that Trump's blessing would likely follow. On Friday, that prediction came true. Trump expressed deep appreciation for Yvette's loyalty, noting how hard she stumped for him during his 2024 campaign. But he also dropped a massive detail, calling it a big added plus that Henry McMaster Jr., the sitting governor's son, might join her ticket as a running mate. This endorsement is a devastating blow to Yvette's rivals, which include high-profile names like Representative Nancy Mace, Representative Ralph Norman, and State Attorney General Alan Wilson. All of them have been desperately trying to position themselves as the true MAGA candidate in the state, but Trump's announcement has effectively shut the door on their hopes. Meanwhile, in Iowa, the race to replace outgoing Governor Kim Reynolds is equally chaotic. Reynolds made the shocking decision to opt out of a 3rd term, leaving a massive power vacuum in the Hawkeye state. 5 different Republicans stepped up to claim the crown, but Trump has made his choice clear. He endorsed Representative Randy Feenstra, calling him MAGA all the way, and promising that Feenstra would fight tirelessly for the state on critical issues like the economy, border security, and law enforcement. Feenstra had been very vocal about wanting this endorsement, actively lobbying Trump for his support. Much of his campaign media has heavily featured photos of him standing side by side with Trump. By securing this endorsement, Feenstra now has a massive advantage over his competitors, including State Representative Eddie Andrews, former conservative political director Zach Land, former State Representative Brad Sherman, and former Administrative Director Adam Steen. Then we look at Oklahoma, where former State Senator Mike Motzie is running a fierce campaign to replace the term-limited Governor Kevin Stitt. Motzie is up against some of the state's most powerful political figures, including State Attorney General Gentner Drummond, former State House Speaker Charles McCall, and former State Public Safety Secretary Chip Keating. Despite the crowded and highly competitive field, Trump went all in on Motzie, posting that he has his complete and total endorsement to be the next governor of Oklahoma, and boldly claiming that Motzie will never let you down. Let's analyze what is actually happening here behind the scenes. Trump is playing a very calculated game of kingmaker, but it comes with immense risks. By intervening in these highly competitive local primaries, Trump is testing the absolute limits of his influence. If his chosen candidates sweep these elections, it will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that his grip on the Republican grassroots is completely unbreakable. It tells every Republican politician in America that if you want to win, you must bow to Mar-a-Lago. However, if any of these candidates lose, it will expose a major weakness. It would show that local voters are willing to defy Trump's wishes when it comes to their state government. In South Carolina, bypassing popular figures like Nancy Mace and Ralph Norman could create deep fractures within the state's conservative coalition. In Iowa, Feenstra has a target on his back as the chosen one, which could unite the other 4 campaigns against him. And in Oklahoma, forcing a national preference onto a highly local race could alienate independent-minded conservative voters who dislike outside interference. This is a high-stakes gamble that could either solidify Trump's empire or reveal the first cracks in his armor. So what do you think about this? Do you think Trump's endorsements will guarantee victory for these candidates? Or is he risking his political capital by picking sides in such highly competitive local races? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. The political landscape is shifting beneath our feet, and the upcoming primaries in Iowa, South Carolina, and Oklahoma will tell us exactly who is really running the Republican Party. We will be tracking these races every step of the way, so make sure you stay tuned to see how this high-stakes political gamble plays out.